we're good. We're good. We're in a good place. But I would have loved to, seen her come back and work through all that. But it didn't end up that way. And but we can work it out in our, off camera.
Do you have a biggest regret from this past season?
Do I have a biggest regret this past season? Probably saying that Denise runs around like a ragamuffin, because honestly though, like I said it in a not nice tone. That's what I regret. But the word, honestly, my mom used to always, call me a ragamuffin. So, I mean, in the housewives world, that's like not a bad word at all. I mean, it wasn't like a horrible word, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it was just that night that I was like, having a meltdown, and I just didn't like the tone I said. I didn't feel like myself.
Right. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of people weren't surprised that Denise is coming back. Did you hope that maybe she would, to kind of, maybe reconcile with some of the girls, kind of maybe put some closure onto this? Or are you kind of happy that the drama is behind you?
No, I never like, leaving things hanging and having, loose ends like that. And I've texted with her since then, and we're good. We're good. We're in a good place. But I would have loved to, seen her come back and work through all that. But, it didn't end up that way. And but we can work it out in our, off camera.
Definitely. Did you ever think you and Brandy would be friends again?
No. If you look back at some of the seasons, I never imagined Brandy and I would, be in a good place ever.
Yeah. Are you still in a good place?
Yeah. I mean, she'll text me now and then, and in these past years, she's been, nothing but nice to me. So yeah, it's nice to be in a good place. I don't like to be in a bad place with anybody.
No, definitely. It's
someone who suffers from anxiety. That's like the worst thing for me.
Totally. It's much less stressful. What Garcelle recently said in an interview that she is eager to sit down with you and kind of hash things out. Are you eager to do the same? Have you spoken since the reunion? And what's kind of the status of that?
That's something that, this season I, would like to see happen. And, I was really blindsided by some of the stuff that she had said, because the second she came on the show, I was so happy to have her on the show, and I really liked her.
Right.
So, and then I was watching some of the things she was saying and doing, and I was just like, what? I was so taken aback. So, I feel like it's hard in this group to navigate, a friendship sometimes, especially a new one. So I would like to see that turn around.
Yeah. Did she make the charity donation?
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did.
And then who do you think gave Garcelle the heads up that you send mean tweets?
I didn't send mean tweets. What happened is that we were not doing blogs anymore.
Right.
So they asked us to tweet instead. So I would tweet things in response to stuff that I'd seen her say in the show. Like she, made, one scene, she said, "Kyle looked hideous tonight." Mm-hmm. And it was such a mean girl thing to say. And it's like, well, you can't expect me not to acknowledge that. I'm not writing a blog, so I'm going to tweet about those things like that. That's what we are supposed to do.
Yes.
So I don't know. She's new to it, so I don't know if she, this is all new to her, so I don't know if she realized that.
Right.
I'm not someone who just like engages in like Twitter battles for, for the hell of it. I actually try to avoid Twitter at all costs.
Yeah. Well, somebody that doesn't avoid Twitter is Camille. I mean, do you think that she is on Twitter kind of talking about the show so much because she wants to get back on the show?
Yes. I think she's on Twitter way too much. I think that she's bored. Sorry, this is all supposed to be positive. This is about breast cancer awareness. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I just feel like she's, I don't know. She's, for someone who's not on the show, she certainly talks about it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And how are you feeling after the reunion? After, cameras shut down, obviously it was a super, super intense season, a super intense reunion. Was this, like, for you, one of the most dramatic seasons ever? Were you happy to kind of shut down after everything?
I mean, we had our highest ratings. Our ratings were like off the charts, but it was really one of my least favorite seasons, to be honest, just for me personally. I don't know. I mean, when the audience, when there's crazy stuff going on, they love it, but it creates a lot of anxiety for me. And I was really exhausted because I was filming Halloween, a movie at the same time, and filming The Housewives and launching my clothing line, Kyle and Shahida. So I was flying back and forth between New York and North Carolina and LA. And you don't realize that on the show, but I would kind of land and like kind of like put my stuff down, have to shower, get ready. And I was exhausted. I don't, think I handled myself well. I felt exhausted. I looked exhausted, and I hated everything that was going on with the drama with women. And it was just too much. So I'm happy to like start fresh.
Definitely. What gave you the most anxiety? Was it just, kind of going back and forth and trying to balance everything?
I'm going back and forth and trying to balance, everything, and, the mom guilt. And then I'm leaving, my kids, especially Portia being the youngest, I would be like, I'm here, but I gotta run and go, shoot this, probably back a little bit, and then she'd be asleep. So I had the mom guilt, and then I'd go to, meet the women, there'd be a fight and crying, and I'd be emotional because I was crying. I left my kid crying because the women are fighting. I was like, I just hate all of this right now.
Right.